I'm kind of nervous.
Why are you nervous?
Because it's for the rap. You know you gotta count us down, Wolf. We say this every week.
Got you coming in. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, so I got some bars that I want to drop, okay? Okay, so don't come for me, but I do this shit, okay? We're kind of nervous.
You got this. Just
Nah, there's a technique into performance. You gotta breathe. You got everything gotta be right. I gotta make sure I pronounce my words so y'all understand what I'm saying.
let them see this side of Mukrimat.
Right, the side that I'll be hiding, my little
Let them
karaoke
know.
side. So this was written by me in like 2019, probably. Life in Nigeria is hard. Everyone hustle. Little kids starve. The country is corrupt. Some are privileged. Some still live in huts. But mama didn't want kind of life for us. Just to feed herself, she woke up at the crack of dawn to put money in her pocket. Then poof, it's gone. But we are so blessed. Her sister got a ticket for the U.S. Could have been born on that plane, but I'm a U.S. citizen. After 7 days, gave birth to a legend with a dope-ass name. Now I went to bus state and I crossed the stage because everything mama did for me won't die in vain. And mama, I know I used to cause a lot of pain. I fought every day. Took 18 years to change, but I promise you, nothing will ever be the same because I'm going to be great in Jesus' name. I pray.
Amen. Okay, sis. I hear you. Okay. Oh, yeah. Snappy, snap, snap.
I don't even know. Are we snapping, clapping? Where's the money? I want to see money. Someone sign me. Thank you. You know,
I haven't heard you do the poetry little rap thing in a minute, but I like it.
Shit, I got to start writing again. That's what I'm going to do. Thank you. I'll be back at it again.
Back at it again.
So how you liked it? You liked it?
I fucks with it. I like
It's
it.
fire, right?
You should be doing this more. Like, I remember back in middle school and stuff, staying over your house, be writing raps, rapping poems, all of that stuff. Like, what happened to that? You gave us a little taste. Girl, don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you. We got this platform here now. You might as well just got discovered.
You never know, right?
You never know,
right? They might ask me to be on a feature with Burna Boy. Who knows? But yeah, maybe I should get back to.
You definitely should. And you should let the people know, our people. What the fuck was that? I don't know what I was going with that.
I don't know either, but what's up, our people? Thank you for tuning in on another episode of the FANG Podcast. I am Mukri, your co-host, aka rapper. And this is my lovely, my beautiful, my ray of sunshine.
It's the yellow, right?
It was the yellow with the blonde. Yeah, it was the yellow. That's Rebecca. She's gonna go ahead and introduce herself.
Yes. Well, thank you for introducing me. But my name is Rebecca, the other host of the FANG Podcast. And welcome. This is season 2. I'm happy to be here. I'm sure you're happy to hear what we have to say. Today's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah.
With a capital G at the end. Okay.
A capital G?
Yeah. I meant to say capital I, but G came out.
Okay. I was about to see where the I came from, but I got it now. Interesting.
Don't do that.
I had a moment. But yeah, so this week's topic, where are we gonna start?
Well, I mean, if you've been up to date on the news, the media, and everything that's been going on, Roe v. Wade has been overturned. It's a sad, sad day out here, guys. It's a sad day. To think that we've gone back, was it 70 years, I think? Over 70 years?
Or 50. I think it's 50.
I don't know. Don't come for me. I don't remember.
In the words of Mukri, don't come for
I don't
her.
know the actual number, but, to think that we've gotten so far in our society to just go back and, I don't know, what are some of your thoughts on this? I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
when you think of Roe v. Wade being overturned, what's the first thing what's the first thing you think of?
Choice is the first thing that comes to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's taken away a woman's right to choose what to do with their body and their pregnancy. And it's kind of crazy how it's all there's just so much things happening in the month of June. Or is it July?
July.
Whatever. In the last 30 days. There's just so much going on. But my first thought is choice. And it's crazy because America prides itself on giving people the choice.
Free will.
Exactly, but okay, we're gonna let the government run the pussy, okay? But before we even go into sharing more thoughts, we do want to introduce to you guys our guest.
I'm excited. I'm really and truly so honored. Oh my gosh. Feels so special.
Well, you should be. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Period, because that's gonna be in it.
Okay.
Yeah, so Yael, before we even go into the discussion, introduce yourself, shout yourself
Oh
out
my
your
gosh.
Instagram, all that stuff.
Okay, so my Instagram is Yay YAY underscore OOO. That's 3 O's. Yeah. People call me Yayo. My name is Yael or Yael. Everybody says it different, so I really, really couldn't even. It's sad, right? Because that's like
Yeah.
your identity.
And they all say it. Yeah, you.
If it was me, I would have been correcting them every time, but you don't even know it.
I don't know, but like when it's like really bad, like Yale or Yael,
Yael?
like it's only 4 letters and it should all be like, it should correlate, but I guess not.
It's okay. In this world, nothing correlates clearly. And that's how we get back to the whole Roe versus Wade thing. So, do you have anything that you want to say in regards to that being overturned?
Well, I feel like if that could be overturned, at this point, we should be expecting anything and everything to change from like here on now. Like, who's to say we'll be like segregated in the next like 20 years at this point?
Well,
Like,
damn, I hope not.
no, I would hope not, but like, I feel like that should definitely be like a
If something
thought.
like this could happen,
you know?
it's like, what else?
Yeah.
What's next, I should say.
It's possible. I think it's possible.
Definitely.
Especially now that Black people are starting to create their communities a little bit more. Like now people would just want to hire only Black people.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of way, it's not segregating, but in a way it's a division.
Yeah,
So
people
I
are staying
won't-
with their own.
Right. So it's kind of, if you saying that, it kind of makes a valid point.
And it's not
It's possible.
it's not necessarily a bad thing either. I
It's
feel
not.
like especially in these times, Black individuals and just individuals of any like race should want to do more for their people. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like with everything going on right now, like we should be at least a little more concerned with the things that are like happening, because it's getting crazy out here.
Yeah, what they did.
What they did, banned abortion.
Uh,
They banned abortion.
So I've learned that they didn't ban
Okay, not
abortions, but they gave the states state governments the permission to
Yeah.
Is it like
To-
It's state
they
by
get to
state.
choose,
state by
right?
state. Yeah, now the
it's
state
no
gets
longer
to choose.
a federal thing.
Right.
So having an abortion is no longer a constitutional right. It's everything is based on whether the state says you can do it or the state says you can't do it.
Right. So for me, like I think I'll be expecting states like Texas to ban abortions.
Down south, yeah, mid south, down there. all
Yeah,
those states.
because their behavior kind of wild politically. They
Well,
would-
politically or biblically,
Morally.
should we say?
Morally.
Last time I checked, church and state are separate.
It's not.
It's
but
not given that.
It's not
given that.
It's never been
At all.
separate. The moment you go in front of a judge and they say put your hand on the Bible and tell you to swear to tell the
That
truth,
is true.
there is no separation.
That's true. I never even thought about it like that.
Oh
'cause
yeah, I
they
was
love
thinking
using
about
that.
it. I love thinking about it because even there was even like one time that I think like it was a Islam judge getting I think the word is gonna be wrong but getting instated into the whatever into the system or whatever. She wanted to swear on the Quran, and it's like okay, where the separation at?
Mhm.
Because now y'all religion play a big choice, and then it's like same thing with down south, like Texas. They use the Bible to justify their laws. It's weird. It's giving me Leviticus. Okay.
I'm telling you, we're going backwards.
We
And
are.
I don't know, like I said, it doesn't have to be a negative thing either, but I feel like it just all should be considered into its own type of like thing. Like we could be taking on a lot of like what I feel like the Jewish people do, like building up their own communities and like sticking strictly to
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
Like that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not like,
Nah, but they
you
got
know,
money.
but hey, that's what I'm saying. Building up your own culture, your own community, your own people. So it's not necessarily bad. It's all in like how we choose to take it and what we choose to do with it.
I feel like there could have been a different way that went about, Roe v. Wade being overturned, because with abortion, it's like a blanket kind of thing. Abortion, all abortions, you can't do it anymore. If that's what the state decides to do, meaning if you have a miscarriage, you cannot terminate the pregnancy. If the embryo is developing in the fallopian tube instead, you can't do anything if, God forbid, something happens to mom and she needs to have surgery. Well, we can't terminate the pregnancy. It's state law.
And that's a big thing too. Like, I don't think people understand how like detrimental and how like hard it is for a woman to have a baby, especially a Black woman or any woman of minority. To have a baby and survive that's a whole nother situation within itself.
Yeah, our survival rates for pregnancy is the lowest.
Low, very low.
I'm scared.
It's
No,
terrible.
yeah.
And it's like, regardless of what age you are you even ready to bring a child into this world? You
Or
go
even
from
the
taking care of
circumstance.
just yourself to now having to provide for you and a whole nother human being. Like, just thinking about that, for some people, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Or the circumstance though, like imagine, like to anyone who's ever been sexually abused or assaulted, like my prayers to you, but like imagine like going through something like that, having a baby and having to go through that without even having the choice of like, no, I don't want to keep
Exactly.
this. It's crazy to me.
You didn't have a choice to begin with.
Right.
And now you have no choice but to go through with it. Like, to put someone through that, the pain that could happen even after the baby's born, if they decide to keep the baby, how are they going to? That's
We don't even get when it comes to pregnancy, women don't even get a great maternity leave. Like, it's only just a couple of months and then it's back to work. If you don't go back to work, your pockets is gonna be hurting.
Exactly.
So basically, Saucy Santana has some really, saucy comments to make about being the blueprint for women, which I don't quite understand, because women are the blueprint. You cannot have you without a woman. So how can because of your sexuality, you deem your sexuality to be the blueprint for all trends that women make? How does that make that? To me, that doesn't make sense. Like, I can understand that being your personality. I can understand that it's your creative ideas, but to say it's because, oh, I'm gay, that
doesn't make sense.
We're the blueprint for women. That doesn't make sense.
Okay, and now that I know what exactly, because I know we like briefly talked about this.
Yeah.
And
I'm like,
no, because okay, so I just want to make it clear, I do not keep up with like any of like Saucy Who, like Santana. Okay,
Ooh,
like,
Saucy Who?
No. With all due respect, like Saucy Who, like okay, Santana, cool, but like I don't really keep up with all of that stuff. But like now that I know in full what was said, because I was quick to be like, to an extent, I understood as far as trend, but to say blueprint for women, no. Obviously, we are the blueprint, but as far as like gay culture, definitely plays a part into our culture, like our society, like down to the slang that we use, down to certain dances where we go, things like that, of that nature, that I can agree with and understand, like that without a doubt.
But to say you're the blueprint for women, you tried.
See, I didn't know what exactly.
It was the twist of words.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Had it had been more of like no, gay culture is like a trend for women or whatever, however you want to go about it, that aspect of it I can understand. But like to say you're the blueprint, how? What she said.
I wonder if the mic picked that up, because last time it got the sirens.
It did.
It caught the sirens. So that was interesting. I didn't like his choice of words. And I just thought it was very degrading to say. Like, you could have said anything in between your songs. Right. You could have said about anything. But it's like when he said those, I didn't think he didn't think twice about what he said, and kind of understand because that's his person.
It was just a poor choice of words. I feel like because I feel like what he meant to say was like about the culture, it's about the trend, not that gay men or gay people are the trendsetters, the blueprint for how women are. Like it's not like that. Maybe with the culture, like like she said, the slangs that we use, how we dress in certain ways, how we might say certain things. Yeah, but blueprint, no. If anything, we're the blueprint.
And it sucks too, because like, yo, bro, you're black. You're a black man.
Yeah.
You're a black man. So like, do better, babes.
Yeah, I didn't. Especially at the fact, like, I feel like Black women support the LGBTQ community a lot when it comes to them upholding themselves. I think women, period, really support the community.
Definitely.
So it was like, why would you make such a comment like that when if we're probably your biggest support system? Like, we support you guys being unique. Like, even for instance, look at Gabrielle Union and I forgot the husband's name. Dwayne Wade. Yeah. Them, you see them and their son. Right. Like, they are always supporting their child,
their daughter.
Yes. Excuse us.
Excuse me. I'm still learning. Daughter. The days, his, her pronouns, things. I'm still learning. Like,
definitely.
Don't come for me.
Yeah, it does take time getting used to.
It gets time getting used to,
especially with the they them, because when we learned it as like a plural sense. So when you're saying it in sentences, it's kind of like, wait, it's one person. Like, yeah, that's their pronoun. Oh, duh.
Exactly.
Yeah. I have people I know, like, and I just. Bro is universal at this point because I can't, like, I really do. Like, I try and then I just forget. Like, I'm sorry, but bro is just gonna be the term.
Yeah, we're not trying to offend no one. We apologize.
Nobody.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. Don't come for me. It was an honest mistake. But what I was saying is the amount of support that they give her, right? A lot of people don't get that in their communities. But one thing I will always say is always the mom first. It's always the mom to show some support or somebody in their life that they see as a motherly figure. Okay. That allows them to really be like, be who you are. So
in most cases, yeah.
In most cases, at least from the cases I've observed and what I've seen around in my lifetime, it's always the woman. So it's kind of like, okay, don't be ass backwards. Because, like, when he had said that, my sister had made a comment about what Tupac had said in his song about, like, do we hate our women?
Oh, yeah.
And we disrespect our women, all that. And it's like, damn, you're not lying. Like, you kind of hurting my feelings now. Because I didn't know being a woman had to be so hard. But yet, when we say we want soft life...
But it is.
Everybody want to be coming for us. Like, how you expect us to be soft? Women go through rape. Women go through domestic abuse. Women get attacked. Well, women don't have the choice to their own bodies in some states. So it's like, we want soft life, but y'all want us to be delicate and submissive.
Right.
But y'all making us work. Y'all making us strong.
Try to be delicate and submissive. Boom, they try and pull one over on you.
Boom, it's
Take
a black
advantage.
eye.
Which is crazy though. I'm happy you said that because like I think like a few days ago I was listening to like some old, the old R&B tunes, and I was like, wow, like men really used to like sing about us, like and talk about
their love,
and talk about like, oh my gosh, she's so independent. I love this, like, yeah. And now, like, I don't know. It just seems like everything just seems so backwards now. Like,
so backwards. It's like y'all don't like us at some point.
Yeah, and I'm like, when did we like switch up? When did this become like?
What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened between those times?
Why
they really do not say nothing positive about women anymore.
No, and it's like, okay, you're not even gonna sneak it in at the ends, like in between, like, yeah, she a hoe, but she got her own money, like,
no, it's bitch that, bitch
no,
this.
like,
I forgot the name of this song, but the first literally the first lyrics you hear, oh, the first time I met you, I nutted in you because I knew I wanted you, or something like that.
These niggas are sick.
Like, that's how you try to tell me you love me? Like, are you for real?
Giving me a baby and then leaving me? Oh my God. Nah, these niggas is sick. I never even realized that. And I love me some R&B.
That's what I'm saying. And now it's just like... No,
niggas be wanting to do to some trap music.
The songs be
I
sounding
can't.
real good too. At least like the R&B songs nowadays be sounding real good.
And then
Whole
you hear
time
the
he talking
lyrics?
shit about her.
Yes.
He's talking shit.
Like Burna Boy song that everybody's over here playing at their weddings. They last the song.
You know that's a breakup
A
song.
lot of people thought it was a love song. It's like whole
It's
time
a breakup song.
breaking up. But they so happy, like, oh, it sounds so sweet. No, he's saying I need the drugs. I just
my ayo, don't cry, oh.
So to tie this back in, so with everything with the whole Roe versus Wade, Saucy Santana and his comment, I was like, nah, I need to look up women's rights in Nigeria.
Okay.
And I'm not surprised because I feel like in my upbringing, I've seen it, but to know that it's also in their constitution, in their penal codes, in their criminal codes is crazy. So just to let it be known, right? So Nigeria is also a federal state. Okay, we live in a federal government country or whatever, right? Women make up half the population, but their legal system, they consider it pluralist. Plural. Basically.
You're going to have to educate me.
Yeah, girl, I'm educating too. So basically it's saying like their legal system is made up out of many different systems. So they have the English common law, customary law, then the Islamic law, and then the statutory law.
Okay, that makes sense though.
Yeah, pluralist.
Yeah, okay.
Something like that. I don't know how they pronounce that.
Yeah, so like over the years, they've taken from different countries how they run their governments and
Exactly.
implemented it into making Nigeria's
That makes
government.
sense.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that makes up the Constitution, which it starts to become really not as backwards, but the law starts to kind of degrade women in a sense, especially when it comes to sex and domestic abuse, or let's say rape and domestic abuse. So what I liked about the article that I found was that they really did, like, they told you the sections and the subsections of the Constitution or the codes of where the thing come from, right?
Smart.
So right, I know, right? It was well written. Shout out to them, because this was a well written
article.
I wouldn't even know what to call it.
Something.
It's something though. So basically, so here it is. So under Section 55 of the Penal Code, subsection 10, it says nothing is an offense which does not amount to the infliction of grievance, harm upon a person, and which is done by a husband for the purpose of correcting his wife.
I think I've heard of that actually.
That is crazy. So basically, there's no repercussion if a man puts his hand on his wife, if it's basically to correct her behavior.
Excuse me?
Yes. So when they said grievances, right? Let me tell you. So when they said grievances, they were saying you can basically put your hands on your woman as long as it doesn't cause permanent loss of sight, ability to hear or speak, deprivation of any member or disfigurement, bone fracture, or tooth dislocation.
That actually makes sense because, I don't want to say physical abuse, but physical abuse is pretty common
in the Nigerian household. That shit is absurd.
It makes sense that would be, in the law and the government.
Exactly.
And as a way to not only is it in the law, but to protect the men.
To protect the men. There's another part in the article where it states that if the man puts his hand on another man, he'll get 3 years in prison. But if the man put his hands on a woman, he gets 2 years.
You see how much respect they have for
their own
person. But for someone you call your wife,
it's ass fucking bad.
And it's like that in a lot of places, though. Like
in a lot of cultures.
You see it in our cultures here. Niggas be wanting to be out with their bros. They don't want to stay with their girl. They always out with the bros. I'm out with the bros. I'm out with the bros.
Y'all love y'all bros.
Yo,
in the words of my roommate, that's fine. That's fine.
That's fine. Do you?
Right. Fine. But then later on, want a wife. You're gonna make her have your kid. You're gonna make her have your kid.
Nah, go with your bro.
Your bro have a baby.
Go with your bros. That's what you want, right? Yeah, right.
This shit is so ass backwards. So when I was like researching that for women, I was like, damn. You see it at home. Like I remember seeing and there's just I remember like seeing on TikTok how much fear men in the Nigerian household, especially those of a father figure, basically instill fear into their family. Like there was a whole TikTok, and it was crazy how many people liked, shared, and commented on the video. It was just this guy he recording, and on the TikTok he says, when your Nigerian dad is coming home, it's more of a warning.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, damn. I remember kind of running away from the door every time my father come home. Like everybody would run. And
Yeah. Fear is not the way to get respect. You know, you don't have to instill fear on people or even your loved ones for them to respect you.
not
Like
at
if you
all.
do what you got to do as a man, you provide, you protect, you know, you're there for your family. Respect is going to be given no matter what.
I'm kind of jealous though, because there's some people who they have those great positive loving like fathers that say I love you.
Right.
But a lot of us in the Black community, not only in Nigeria but here in America as well, we don't have that. We don't have that. Like it's a very rare sight to see. Even having a conversation with somebody before, they were like, I made a video telling my grandpa I love him, and they were like, they commented saying, "Oh, my father would never." I'm like, "You should start it up," and they were like, "No, because if I said it, my father would look at me like I'm crazy." I was like, "Damn, that's really the life we live."
No, yeah. But it's true, like I feel like this whole take on like generational, like this whole like traditional lifestyle that I feel like, or like the traditional upbringing, it just sucks.
It don't work anymore.
It's so sucky.
Because it's like the kids that grew up from, you know, that kind of traditional how you raise your kids, it's like we've experienced it, and it's like we don't want to do that for our children. We want to raise our children in a different way and see how they come. If I don't want to get too deep into that, but yeah, just to see how they grow and to know that if I could do something different, or if I can take some of the values that helped make me who I am, I can instill that in my children and also add my own little flavor to it as well.
Right. You know, I kind of think now that they're coining this term soft life, it's kind of interesting. I feel like soft life would stem really well if it starts with the Black men. If there could be some delicacy in the way Black men are brought up and how they treat others, I feel like that would really, like, there would be like a domino effect
Yeah.
on everybody else, because it really, like, Black women's strength is based off what they go through with men, right? Like our hard shell, like, oh, women being the gangsters,
Right.
and like it stemmed from being abused, being taken for granted, being mistreated by men. So if there was some delicacy there, then the women, when we upbring our children, there's even more delicacy. Now we don't feel the need to be too strong.
Right.
That's why it's important to speak about, you know, what you've been through or what you've experienced, so people are aware and they know, okay, this is a change that we need to make. And there's a good chance the change isn't going to happen, you know, right away. But if I'm aware of it and I know, okay, I can make a difference in at least one person, that's how the domino effect will eventually, you know, continue to go, because then you'll teach your kids this is how you're supposed to be as a man, and this is how you're supposed to treat women, regardless of if you actually like them or if you don't like them. Still treat them with respect.
Even down to like how you talk to your kids. I feel like that is so important. Like those parents who curse at their kids make me want to cry.
What?
Like why? Even like I think a couple months ago, my nephew, he's autistic, but he was like getting worked up about something, and he was like a little emotional. He wasn't crying, but he was emotional. My grandma was like, "Oh, like don't cry. Boys aren't supposed to cry." I had to like correct her, like, don't tell him that. Like,
right.
if
Next
he
thing you
feels
know,
the
he
way,
has
he
no
should.
emotions.
Yeah, like I was like, no, he should definitely be able. Don't ever tell him that. So I think like it took her a second, but she was really like, oh yeah, no, I shouldn't tell him that. Like, no, it's okay to cry. Like, I just want to see all the Black boy joy. It's okay. Let him go through those emotions so he learns, okay, when I'm upset about something, this is how I'm going to handle it in the future. I know better than to do this when I'm upset, or if I'm happy, I act this way, you know? So it's just like all of that matters. All of like how you talk to them, you know, even just like what you bring them around too. Like if you're over here talking to your girl crazy, and you beating
Right.
on her. What you think? Like,
You gonna be doing that from 7th grade?
Yeah, like
it's just so interesting how when we talk about some of this stuff, I think about some of my experiences, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, these men have no respect. These boys have no respect.
no, and
But-
a lot of them are weirdos. No, like they're really weird, and it's like you would never think like, oh my god, he looks so well put together, and
They don't even know how to hold a conversation.
No, yeah, and then y'all, it's like behind closed doors, you're a doorknob. Like you're just. I don't lost me.
I never heard that one
mean,
before.
like, you lost me.
Doorknob.
Like, you lost me.
I'm fine.
No.
But to take us back to, so we already know rape is one of the least reported crimes in America, but it's also the same in Nigeria. So when I was reading that part about the penal codes and how they basically justify rape in the Nigerian community, it had me thinking like about the times when I would go to Nigeria and my family would basically be like, you can't wear shorts, you can't wear ripped jeans, you can't wear a tank top, anything that is considered to be revealing, just a little skin,
revealing too much,
right? But the thing is, sometimes it wouldn't be that I'm revealing anything, it would be that I'm just thicker,
right? Oh yeah.
So because I'm thicker, I can't wear certain clothes, but it'd be like, okay, the other girl could wear the same thing, but because she's smaller, it's okay. Like, and it would be crazy because they really would make you, like, when you go to the market, you have to dress fully covered, where it goes back into the Islamic code that they use in their constitution or whatever. They use Islamic. You already know when it comes to Islam, it's meant to be covered. So it's like, okay, now I could put the 2 and 2 together
and see where it comes from.
That's why you're saying, oh, I need to dress up. I need to dress up because you're saying if I show a little bit skin, there's a possibility I can't be raped.
Right.
And it's sad to say, like, that is happening all over the world. Like, here in America, we kind of get a little bit privileged. We could kind of walk out with shorts. No one's going to tell us anything. But it's even worse when you go to Nigeria, but they use the same excuse here that, oh, when the way you dress is the reason you got raped, which is not justifiable.
Has nothing to do that. Yeah, that's not a real reason. That's not a reason, period. Like,
it's not.
Doesn't matter what someone wears. There are just people who are sick out here and just do whatever they want, whenever they want.
All right, exactly. So imagine being in Nigeria where it's a lot worse.
Right.
So basically, if you report it, you're the one at fault because what were you wearing?
Yeah,
that'd be the first question. What were you wearing?
Exactly. What were you wearing?
That used to be the first question.
What made you cause it? What did you do that caused them to do that to you?
Why were you out so late?
Yeah, there actually was a thing too about women are not even allowed to work night jobs.
Yes.
In Nigeria.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Was it unmarried or married women that, unless they're doing like a labor kind of job, they can't work? Yeah, women cannot be employed on night work in a public or any agricultural undertaking, with the exception of women nurses and women in management position who are not engaged in manual labor.
Wow.
Mad ass backwards, right?
That's crazy.
And it's even more crazier because Nigeria is such a growing economy, especially in Western civilization.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, how are we still in those times?
For sure.
It doesn't make sense.
Like, we've evolved and developed in so many ways, but we're so back. We're being held back in so many other ways too. It's like, when are things going to change? When are people going to finally wake up? Not people, but like the people in government. When are y'all going to wake up and see the times are changing? You're no longer, unfortunately, you're not going to live long enough. We, the young people, we're grown. We're about to be going into office and stuff. We know what it's like in, our generation.
Office? Bro, you gotta be like 50 to be in office.
No, I'm saying like our people, as they get older, those who want to go into office, eventually they are gonna fill those seats.
I hope, because we need less SoundCloud rappers and more like. I literally saw
need more women.
Yeah, I saw a post the other day and it was like, if we're the new adults, like who are gonna be the new preachers in church? And I was like,
I like the new preachers that's coming up though.
I do.
Like some of them, I do.
But at the same time, like that real, like I want a good preacher man that's gonna tell me about myself and keep it pushing. Like, okay,
It's just
all
like
right.
Preacher Man.
Where he at? You watching?
But on to our last and final segment for this episode. So last week, Damla talked about her favorite food being amala.
Explain, educate me. I'm not Nigerian, but I do have a lot of Nigerian family. You guys are like my second family anyway, so.
She's so sweet.
No. She's been here for like 10 years.
No, for real.
More like, is it 10 years? Probably 12?
A little
10.
11,
Two.
12?
Yeah, horrible.
Don't be like
10
that.
years.
It's about 10 years.
like
About
8.
a little, no.
Like 8, 9
no.
years. Not
It's
10.
over 10, yeah. But that's fine.
That's under 10.
Okay, so I'm gonna educate you. I don't think you even had it.
I probably had, to
probably
be honest.
never
Like I
did.
said, I have Nigerian family,
You know
and
fufu, right?
of course.
You know the brown looking fufu?
Yeah.
Have you had that?
Yeah.
Okay, she's had it.
Okay.
Okay.
What I'm talking about today is called Ayamase.
Okay.
Okay, so Ayamase is how would I describe it? It's a stew. It's a stew made with bleaching palm oil.
Okay.
And you're using, instead of red peppers, you're using green peppers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a very spicy delicacy. It goes by many names. I learned it, when I first learned it, it was called Oba Bekuta. Then some people call it Oba Iru. And then you have it called Ayamase. And Ayamase derives from the woman who started it. I believe her name to be Felicia. Right? Felicia Ayamase. Or I think how they would pronounce it is Ayamase. Yeah, Ayamase. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which I post translate into wife of Mase, which is the husband's name, her husband's name. But she made this stew because she was a rice seller, right? And she was just trying to, hustle, make that money. And so she made
Like
the stew
we
to go with it.
Always do.
Right? You always do. Like, imagine that. You're already struggling as a rice seller. First of all, you're a rice seller. That's already a hard enough task as it is selling rice. So then you now decided, okay, I'm gonna remix. I'm gonna sell a stew to go with the rice, and it literally blew up from there.
Mm-hmm.
So
it takes special hands to make this.
It really
stew.
does, and you have to have the guts to handle spice because it be
Some
spicy.
spice.
It's usually, from my upbringing, I've had it mostly made with different kinds of meat, like preferably like beef, different kinds of the cow, different parts of the cow, and then there's boiled eggs. And then but when I was doing some research, it was like, okay, some people make it differently. I can't even describe how they make it, but I've seen people remix it to, instead of it being meat, sometimes it's fish.
Okay.
Or sometimes not fish.
I've never seen
like,
it with fish before.
Someone did it with not fish, like shrimp.
Oh, that's different now. Hold on.
Yes.
Hold
It
on.
was good. I think it was my
before.
good sis Annabelle. My good sis Annabelle did it in our apartment. She literally remixed it. She was like, "Oh, I'm pescatarian, so I don't want to eat meat." She made it with shrimp, and it was good. It was really good. I don't even know how to equate it to another meal that people know, because it's definitely a unique flavor.
Yeah, there is like nothing else, honestly.
There really
that I
is
could think
not.
of to compare it to.
Right, so Ayamase, right, is usually eaten with this rice called afada rice. Some people just call it brown rice.
Okay.
Right?
I was gonna say,
but it's
brown rice.
not brown rice. I mean, like, it has a distinct taste to it that I feel like you have to have a certain appetite for it. Or
Is it like really grainy or?
no, it's a little bit thicker than white rice.
Okay.
It's kind of white with brown spots, I would say.
Okay.
And it definitely has a unique taste. What's this thing? What's the word?
Can't help you. I don't know.
What's the word? Unique. Yeah. I hate when I don't remember the vocabulary. Like in English.
Okay.
But yeah, it's really good. It's really good. You can eat it with plain rice, white rice. It's very popular at parties too.
Okay.
But
I probably have had it, and I just don't know what it is, honestly.
we'll have to see.
It looks like green brown.
Like a greenish brown.
And you said it's a stew, right?
Yeah.
You'll see. You know,
But
like
it's
the
not
peppers?
a thick stew. It's
Right,
not like a
Kind of oily.
Right. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oily.
I'm jacking
It
it.
kind of has some texture to it.
Okay.
But it is really good. The rice though, you can't really get it with the rice here in America
Mm-hmm.
because bringing rice from other countries is illegal because there's like the possibility of insects in it, so they don't
Gotcha.
allow it to be transported to the U.S. But it's really good. If you ever have the chance to find Ayamase or Beiru or Bekuta, if you find it, have it. That's the first thing I want when I get off the plane. It's very tantalizing.
Can we,
You
like,
might start
go
sweating
on
eating
a
it
trip.
too.
Like, can I get an invite to
You wanna go to
go?
Nigeria?
Yeah,
I'm going in December.
I'll take you guys to Trinidad with me if you want.
I always
going
wanted to
in
go to
We've
Trinidad.
been
I want to
saying
play
that.
mass. I want to play mass.
All right. So I think we should do that.
What, next year? Or
Maybe
did
like
it
2
pass
years.
already?
No, I don't think it passed
Yeah.
yet. I don't think so. I'm supposed to be going in February. Hopefully, don't hold me to that.
Because we're gonna be looking for the costumes.
No, yeah,
You're not playing? Are you playing?
I would play if that's what I'm down
Give me
for.
2
Whatever, what you want to do.
I
Give me
would
2
play.
years. It's 2024. Yeah, I'm down.
You're gonna make me feel so old. Oh my
Damn.
gosh!
But
I'm
we're
sorry.
gonna blink. It's gonna be 2025. Like,
No, yeah, it is.
I hope not. I hope I am where I want to be in life at 2025.
Hey, I hear that.
Your life is hard right now.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
when I was in Nigeria, my mom, she made the Ayamase. It was so good. Oh my gosh. I was like, and when I got back, I'm like, I have to make it. I told her on the phone. She was like, oh, you're going to make it? Oh,
You
yeah.
just came back, didn't you? Like,
Yeah.
you went recently? Ugh,
Mhm.
I'm jealous. I'm so jealous.
Coming next time, though.
No, yeah, like, I'm so serious. I want to go. I've
December.
always said I wanted to go.
Is there any closing remarks y'all want to make?
Just thank you for having me. Oh, man. No, I'm serious, though. Thank you for having me.
We love
You
having
know, I
you
watch. You know, I'm, like, #1 fan. I be reposting and stuff.
She don't miss a beat.
No, I really don't.
She don't.
I really don't.
That's how you know she been in the game for long. 10 years.
Minute.
10 years. You
Real
locked
minute.
in.
Oh, my God. You're stuck with me for, like, ever. I'm sorry.
I feel like it's less than 10 years. It's not. It can't be 10
No,
years.
it's been more since
You
sixth
knew her
grade.
since you were 15, bro.
Yeah.
I've known her since I was in 7th grade.
Mm-mm. You were in 8th grade?
You came in 6th grade?
I
Or?
came in 6th grade.
So I was in the 8th grade then.
Yeah.
They went to Catholic school, y'all.
And then,
Yeah.
yeah.
Shout out to
No.
They thought I went there too because I was there all the time.
You don't want to shout them out while I'm here, kid, because I got some words for them. But anyways.
Oh, not the Catholic. Oh, now you coming for the Catholics?
Not the Catholic Wars. Let the people know where else they can find you. Remind them all that stuff.
I would give you my Twitter, but I'm not silly. So add me on Instagram, YAY_OOO. That's 3 O's. Yeah, yo.
Yes.
And that's where you can find me. You won't find me anywhere else.
I'm crying.
Nowhere else.
But we would like to
But
thank
outside.
you guys for tuning in with us on this episode of the FANG Podcast. I'm Rebecca. You could find me on Instagram and TikTok at That Queen Beck.
And you can follow me, Mukri, the rapper. Okay, you need to rewind and go back and listen to my bars again because they were just that dope. You missed it.
Yeah, I
didn't you?
did. I
Damn,
know.
so you're gonna have to replay it later.
Okay.
But yes, you can follow me at its_Mukri, and that's on Instagram and TikTok. And if you're looking for some makeup inspirations, that's the word. Inspirations. You and nail inspirations, you can follow me at by_Mukri. That's me, the one and only. Any other is a counterfeit.
Yes. And to stay up to date with us and any information that we share, we are on Instagram at the FANG Podcast. And once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys next week.
Peace out.